So we're gonna go on about the Aztecs again, aren't we?
Well, I don't think YouTube would like that. I know a lot of things that YouTube would not like, and the Aztecs are... Oh, they contribute a lot.
Yeah, the more we talk on the Fire Emblem episodes, the more I'm becoming more familiar with what YouTube's not okay with.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. The Aztecs are a lovely culture. Not to YouTube, but to everyone else, they're a lovely culture. Just never wish to be one. That...
I don't think you can be one. I think they're extinct.
No, they're still around.
The
the
Empire? Or
I thought
No,
I
like
thought the
the
meteor killed them
descendants.
with the dinosaur. Oh,
well, technically, was it the
what are
Aztecs
you
or the
talking
Mayans?
about?
Well, actually, technically, I don't remember if
I
it's
was
the
making a
Aztecs or
joke.
the Mayans.
I'm
Wait, no,
Joker.
it's the Mayans.
Oh, my bad.
What? It's the Mayans. They believe we're in the fourth turning.
They have a stupid calendar.
Yeah, they believe that the world has died 4 times, I think, and I know one of them was jaguars. That's about all I remember.
Okay, but they will co-write your obituary. Those
Well,
things
they
are
already
deadly.
did.
What?
Remember back in 2012? They were a little off.
They were a little off.
Yeah.
Oh, also, wow, that was almost a decade ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
What the heck?
Hopefully they weren't off by 10 years. Otherwise, next year is gonna really suck.
See, if that is true, I want the YMCA theme to start blasting over the horizon.
As you see like scorching earth, thousands of meteors coming down, all you'd be hearing in the background is
But like, it's the ending cutscene of Majora's Mask where the moon hits and then the firewall fire. That's all you hear. The YMCA, and then just
as it slowly fades to white.
Exactly.
And then the next thing you see, you're in a forest, as you hear the wagon wheels turning, and you hear a man sitting next to you say,
"Oh, good, you're finally awake."
Oh, no. Not again!
Yo, oh, jeez.
as little, like, what grade would that be? Whatever grade I was, me sitting there being like, wow, this is all it took to get to Skyrim, huh? I wish I had done this years ago.
And then you never got enough of it for 8 or 10 years later, right?
Yep, definitely. I never got sick of it. Not once.
So,
weird flashbacks.
So, hey guys,
Hey.
who's ready to talk about weapons?
Weapons?
Weapons!
You mean like the ebony blade?
No, screw you, weeb.
Oh.
Stop it, Skyrim fan.
Halt! You've broken the law. Pay the fine or serve your sentence.
I don't think you like my answer of serving your sentence.
You know, I'm just gonna do the knock right now. Joker, if you will. Wow. That felt good.
Yeah, that one almost felt in sync.
Almost. It's the most passive-aggressive thing. Yeah,
no.
we were almost in
Yeah,
sync.
no. Just like since the beginning, none of the ones that we've done have actually been like completely on time with each other. I don't know how we did that.
We'll get there.
Fair enough, yeah.
This is what, episode 4?
Yeah, probably episode 50 will be.
God, if we even get that far.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll get there. I'm going to be putting out a new video this Friday
Yes.
where we talk about... Wait,
I
never mind.
thought that was units of measurement.
No. A lot more spicier than that.
Oh yeah, so is Odyssey up?
No. So, about that. We'll tell you about that later.
Just keep an eye out for a King exclusive video coming out on Friday.
That scares me.
It's not on Odyssey. It's here.
Maybe this Friday, maybe next Friday, but on one of these upcoming Fridays, you'll get that video.
We're aiming for this Friday, so too bad. Anyway,
Right.
before we start getting too far into that, we also are going to be talking about weapons being used, except this time to murder.
Yes.
My favorite.
Because what better way to kill your enemies than with a weapon? You can't kill them with kindness.
Despite what your elementary school teacher told you, they were lying. You were lied to.
But if you give them enough pillows to the face and hold them there for long enough as a symbol of your friendship.
Ah!
Technically, then, the pillow becomes a weapon.
Well, anything can really
friendship.
be a weapon.
Well, you know, and speaking of elementary school, do you know what your most fundamental weapon is? Other than scissors.
A knife?
No!
Because it's a version of a spear.
Hey, that's an excellent segue, King.
Wow.
Yeah, because all it takes to get a spear is to get a stick, make it pointy, and you win.
It, honestly, for as stupid of a weapon as it is, it's effective. It's literally, take a shaft, sharpen it. If you're fancy, you can put a big old stone on it. You could put metal at the tip.
But what if I don't want to sharpen my shaft?
Joker,
Yes.
please. We're already demonetized.
Well, we can't get more demonetized, technically.
I mean, we could get a copyright strike.
Against what? What are we copywriting?
YMCA.
Okay, see, what we do is if we just sing the songs ourselves, we can't get copyright struck.
As long as we're wildly off key.
Oh, believe me, I can be wildly off key.
Here, if you want,
Yeah.
all we have to do is we have to go up to the local YMCA, use a spear, show them the superiority of the spear over the sword, and then we shall be able to take the YMCA copyright for ourselves.
Wait, are you suggesting that we impale people at our local YMCA?
No, I would never.
No,
I would
no.
never. I would never imply that we impale. Was that the word you used?
Yes.
Okay. I would never imply that we would impale the local YMCA for the sole fact that I don't even know where the nearest YMCA is.
All right,
It's actually not too far from here.
look, catch me.
Okay, lawyers, he did not just say that. We'll cut that out in post.
Say, catch me with the boys, rolling up with at least 256 of my closest friends. We get shields, we get the spears, and we form a perfect Macedonian phalanx.
I was about to say, that's a really good segue, Knight.
Thanks, Joker.
But I
You
thought the
got it.
Romans did that.
Actually, a bunch of people did that. Because there's the Greek version, there's Macedonian, which is technically Greek, but we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. There are the Romans, I believe not the Sumerians. Oh, God. Well, Sumeria would have been around at that time. Yeah. They would have had a version of that. I mean, it's you're basically just a human group of turtles. Like a human turtle group. And then you just slowly walk up to people. You can't easily shoot them with arrows. And then you just poke them to death. Because the spear is such a stupidly brilliant weapon.
Yes, because there's a reason why swords lose to spears.
I mean, well, because, think about it, right? The spear, they're much cheaper to make.
Yes,
It's
you
mostly
grab
just-
the nearest stick.
Yeah.
You take a stone leaf found on the ground, start to sharpen it, and there you go.
I don't need to forge metal in this long blade for a sword.
Sure.
As cool as that is,
Eh.
and hey, the Romans did use the gladius quite effectively. But that's not the point. The spear is the superior weapon, and I will fight people on that. Although, if you grab
Probably
it,
lose.
I am willing to. But you know what we're not going to lose to? Chimps with spears. Yes, this did come up in my research.
What?
Chimps. Okay, so chimps are known to use rudimentary forms of spears.
Oh yeah, I've seen videos of this.
Terrifying.
Yeah, so you know how chimps they'll hunt things down, and just rip them apart with their jacked arms.
Yeah.
Well, they also are known to use spears.
That's terrifying.
They're not as refined as ours, obviously, because chimps have their stupid monkey brains. And yes, I know they're apes. Do not at me.
Return to monk.
Return to monkey. Reject modernity. It's just like it makes sense. They're smart enough to figure it out. I believe it. Although we don't have to worry about that too much, because their bone structure is stupid, so they're never going to be able to throw it as effectively as we can.
What? As Salmonella Onella says, thanks walking upright.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, because we have the proper. Oh God, what was it? There's some Harvard article I was reading about this where we have enough elasticity within our muscles that we can build up, and then we can release that to throw a spear effectively.
Wow.
That's why humans are so amazing at chucking objects.
And that's why chimps are so good at ripping animals apart with their bare hands. They're made for different things. They're made for ripping. We're made for throwing.
We're made for gripping.
Oh yeah, fair.
Hey, we almost rhymed. Killing my flow here, King.
Oh okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I forgive you.
Oh. Well, that's nice.
But luckily, unlike my vibes, which were just killed, chimps, the only thing you have to worry about a chimp getting a hold of is a gun. I'm more afraid of them having an AK-47 and just wrecking house with that. But with a spear?
Well, they can't do that.
I've seen videos of someone handing a chimp a gun, like in Uganda, and yeah, like they actually can fire it.
Well, yes, they can fire it. Anything that has opposable thumbs can fire it. Firing it isn't the issue. The issue is the recoil. I don't think the chimp can effectively handle an AK-47 recoil.
That's also the aim.
Well,
Yeah.
Now in the video I saw, they aimed at the ground, but they were able to handle it fairly well. Again, they're jacked. Like if you shaved a chimpanzee, they are ripped.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Please don't put a video of a shaped chimpanzee. I do not want to see a picture of a shaped chimpanzee.
I didn't want to either, but now you have to have that mental image in your head.
Thanks, Knight.
You're welcome, man.
That's exactly what I wanted on this fine night.
Hey.
What?
You didn't have to compliment me like that.
Oh, it's okay. It's what we are here for.
God, people are going to hate this episode. So,
I know.
moving on.
Knight, I hate
It's okay. I'm not allowed to talk
So,
about
it's okay,
If
I
I'm
hate
not
me
allowed-
too.
Well, anyway, let's continue on something that isn't the Aztecs because I've been forbidden.
We'll save that for the edgy outtakes portion. How about that?
Fine.
You'll deal. You'll live.
Fine.
So, obviously spears being stupidly effective, they go back at least 500,000 years. Which is insane. I mean, again, if a chimp can figure it out, why couldn't I?
Yeah.
But something else that's interesting too, because spears are so awesome, they're often seen as a symbol of power across various cultures. That could be its own video onto itself, like just the symbolism and the mythology around it. Like at least in my research, there was like Hinduism, there's stuff in the Celtic cultures, and also kind of tying this into Fire Emblem.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like a lot of the legendary weapons have those weird names?
Yeah.
Some of those came up in the research too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, like Gungnir. That's in
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the games. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a legendary spear. I believe that's Cuchulain's weapon in.
Nope.
Is it not
Gungnir.
Cuchulain?
Nope. Gungnir is the Spear of Odin.
That's right. No, Cuchulain.
Yes.
That was a. I think that's a
The
different one.
Gabolg.
That's it. Yes, Gabolg.
Yes.
Which also. Joker.
I made a meme about that a while back, and I don't know if it's appropriate for the channel.
No, it is not.
Show me a
If
link.
you have to ask, no, it's not.
No, it's not anything racy or anything like that. It's just,
No, I know exactly what's.
There's a Yu-Gi-Oh card called, I think, Draconic Gabolg.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I said, "Show me your Gabolg daddy."
That's
As a meme.
hilarious.
Thank
May I see it?
No.
We still need to show you Steamed Hams King.
Oh yeah, we still have to.
Steve.
We'll show.
What the fuck is that?
It's a famous meme from The Simpsons. It's one of the best clips from the show. We'll show you in between recording. How about that?
Okay.
Because we said we would last time, but we didn't.
We completely forgot.
It's okay. But you know what I almost forgot about?
What's that?
This amazing contraption. It's called the Atlatl. Have you ever heard of it?
Not at all.
Have you ever heard of a spear thrower?
Oh, I know what this is.
I'm not gonna make the joke I was about to make.
Is it a
no,
shaft
I'm not.
joke?
No, it was
Because
not.
that's what it is.
It was way too much.
Yep, that's where we're going to tonight, folks. But yeah, the Atlatl. It's basically the spear thrower. Essentially, it lets you throw spears much further than you normally could. Obviously, the accuracy will diminish with distance, but the idea is throw it further with this apparatus. Joker, what the hell are you doing?
This is what I was about to say. Not okay.
That's no, that's not. We're not going to repeat that on
My turn.
recording.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, you were saying.
Yeah. So yeah, again, little ingenious invention. It's a shaft. Essentially, what you do is, and
What you were saying.
it gets funnier each time. I'll do my best to explain this without visuals.
Oh, and real quick, this isn't the thing where you could throw like multiple spears at once, is it?
I imagine throw multiple spears.
Yes.
Well, so with this one, essentially, you put one spear at the very end of the shaft. And again, I'll try to describe this the best I can without visuals. You essentially have the spear parallel to the ground, and as you go through the spear chucking motion, you kind of do like a little swish with this, and as you throw it, the kinetic energy is transferred into the spear, allowing it to travel further.
Oh, so it's sort of like that thing they use when you So it's like the thing you use when you want to throw a tennis ball for a dog and you throw it so that way it goes farther?
It's the same logic.
Got you.
And, well, okay, so imagine, right? Imagine you're in the middle not in the Middle Ages. Imagine you're in the Ice Age.
Right.
You and your tribe, you pull up, you see a ground sloth in the distance. Now, you know Sid from Ice Age,
Yeah.
Imagine him, but like 20 feet tall.
and he's actually depicted correctly, unlike in Ice Age. Like, if Ice Age was accurate, he would have clapped that entire cast.
Hell yeah.
Ground
Yeah.
sloths, like megafauna in general, like you got hell pigs, cave bears, all kinds of crazy shit.
And
How
you
big-
thought dire wolves were bad. No,
No.
dire wolves were like the bare bottom of the barrel.
Dude, Ice Age was messed up, and now imagine you have this amazing thing called an Atlatl. It lets you take down prey from a distance because, a ground sloth, they could KO you in one swipe. Like, you're done. You're not going to be able to kill this thing.
That's also terrifying.
So, imagine you're able to throw things at a distance and with greater force. It's kind of makes sense that you would create such an invention.
Then you'd have dinner for maybe a month.
Oh, easily. But it's just like it's just wild to think like, yeah, again, when you're dealing with such large animals, you gotta find a way around that. And if you're gonna cheese them from a distance, you might as well combine that with the spear.
Going for those elite strats.
Yeah. We freaking dunk on everybody, MLG style.
Is that min-maxing?
No.
No, not even close.
I guess a gun.
Oh, God, that's been no,
That's
nuke.
not min-maxing. That's
Nukes are
cheat codes.
min-max.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nukes. I'll concede that one. Nuclear energy is min-maxing.
Just such, again, like just very simple things that go such a long way, and that's what I really love about these kind of ancient things. It's just, I don't know, it's so cool. I'm geeking out. I'm really geeking out here. Don't give me that look, Joker.
I didn't give any look.
Yes, you did. Don't lie.
You can't prove it.
It's true. I can't.
And you know what we're gonna do to help you two is we're going to counter your whatever the heck that was you just said that started with the letter A with a
Yeah.
shield.
Hey, shields. I also looked
Hey.
into those.
Atlatl.
Axolotl?
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah,
that sounds like
axolotl.
axolotl.
Yeah. I did.
Rada?
Rada. God, I miss Chowder so much.
I know, right?
So I just want to touch on this too. I mean, obviously shields. Again, another ingenious invention. You take a plank of wood, it blocks attacks, disperses the energy and the force of an oncoming blow. It's
Except
great.
for an arrow. An arrow, it is not as good as you think it is.
Oh, arrows? No, those are way deadlier than you think. Like
Oh,
Skyrim's, those are like Nerf darts,
Yeah.
which is sad because I love archery.
Yeah, and the worst part is that when they fire arrows at shields, they don't even do the proper damage either.
Right.
Because the way that you see Hollywood hold shields, you would get killed.
Oh no, absolutely.
You would get like you remember what's the movie? Remember Braveheart? How they fired all those arrows and the guys were holding up those little round shields
Oh,
to
no.
protect
No,
themselves,
they're
and
dead.
you saw arrows fall in, and most of them lived. Yeah, cut that number by about half.
Dude, arrows, they pack so much force. Like a modern day bullet, pretty deadly. But people are sleeping on bow and arrow. Like that is equally as deadly, if not worse, depending on how you use it.
Like, for any of you that actually watch multiple seasons of The Walking Dead for some godforsaken reason, after 4 or 5, somebody gets a bow and arrow, and she tries to fire it at a zombie, and it bounces off the head.
No way
No.
that would happen.
No,
Especially with the amount of decay, probably after however many years that is.
You
yeah,
probably-
because that was at
yeah.
least 6 months into the zombie apocalypse by the time they showed that scene.
Especially if it's rapid decay from zombies.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying, is that that was at least 6 months into the apocalypse. Decay should have already happened.
Yeah.
You want to know what the real crime of that show is? How many headshots they get? Seriously, they get so many headshots. It's almost like a video game. What? I'm not kidding. Watch the show again. So many headshots.
I don't think I could bear watching it again.
Don't.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I take that back. Although, you know what could kill you? A shield.
No.
No, well, no, they absolutely can. You see, and this is one thing that Viking shields were good with too, the circular ones, like Viking, Anglo-Saxon, that whole area. Imagine punching someone with the shield. All of that force, that can easily knock you out cold, if not kill you.
Oh, yeah. Well, it won't. It probably won't kill most people, but definitely will knock out all their teeth and knock them out cold.
Well, it has the potential. It's like, when we think of a shield, you think it's more like an obstacle. but that could easily be a weapon.
Well, yes, it is a weapon, and that's the problem. The weapon does not protect against arrows.
It's true. Well, and that's something else that came up too. The spiked bois. Imagine a shield that you can slice people's throats open with.
Yeah.
Again, it's so badass. There's something pragmatic about a simple weapon or armor. I would say that in air quotes because, honestly, at this point, I'm convinced shields are just overblown weapons.
They are weapons. They just aren't portrayed like that.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just, I love it's the simple brilliance of it. And I will geek out about that until the end of time, because, gosh darn it, they're so cool.
The only shields that are actually armor are the ones made entirely out of metal.
Well, the thing is, you can make them all a lot of things, though. Even wooden shields, that can still pack a punch.
Well, no, I'm saying as armor, not as a weapon.
Right.
Yeah. Because wooden shields are better weapons than armor.
Although I know, wasn't it in Japan that they were experimenting with paper shields?
Oh.
I could have sworn I read that somewhere.
I'll be honest, anybody that experimented with paper shields, those tests probably did not go very far.
Supposedly they could block arrow fire, which I'm very skeptical about, but that would require its own rabbit hole to go down.
I'm sure that it did block basic arrow fire, but not wartime arrow fire.
I see that's why to me it just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I used to fire bows and arrows, and I'll be honest with you. Even the most basic bow can fire an arrow, if done correctly, through a wooden shield.
Easily.
It is not that hard. The problem lies with the arrows, not the bow. Most of the time, if it can't pierce this target.
It's true.
Yeah.
But that reminds me of the one D&D campaign we did years ago, where the bad guy was trying to flee through a doorway.
Right.
And I think it was my character that had a giant wooden shield and just placed it in front of the door.
Yeah.
So he basically caused head trauma to himself as he fell into hit the shield and fell backwards onto the ground.
Again, hey, it's a blunt object. That can still, even if he's running into it, still, for even though it's a fantasy, the logic still carries over.
Yeah, goddamn.
Oh.
Think of it like hitting somebody with a mace. They're gonna feel that, and they're gonna get launched.
And then we had a new friend.
Hey! Oh yeah.
Yes.
That campaign was something else.
It was fun.
One day we should do a story time with that.
Definitely.
Oh, that'd be fun to reminisce. But I wanted to at least showcase some of that stuff because, again, we gotta focus on we gotta appreciate the very simple but effective means by which we slaughter our enemies.
Hell yeah.
But I was just talking about some basic RPG crap. Now, Joker, as far as I understand it, you had something that's basically akin to Pokemon in your research.
Pretty much. You know the Pokemon Tepig, Emboar, and what's the other one? Pignite.
Freaking naming. Yeah, Pignite, the middle evolution.
Yes.
That was his name?
It's the awkward teen stage.
Yep. The firefighting Gen 5 starter. See, Alexander the Great had the brilliant idea of trying to implement something similar to that in the war efforts.
When you say Alexander the Great, it makes sense.
He would try anything, and a lot of it worked because nobody was fucking expecting it.
Okay, lay it on me. I gotta know.
So, as an anti-tank at the time measure, or anti-war elephant,
which is basically a tank, but that's alive.
Yeah, pretty much. He would slather pigs in tar and send them off into the battlefield.
Now, when would they be lit on fire?
Back behind friendly lines.
I feel like that would almost backfire for
excessively.
I mean, think about it, right? They're gonna be squealing. They're gonna be I'm not gonna recreate the sound, but they'd be kicking everything. Yep. They just run around. I imagine that would just burn your own troops.
Oh yeah, they set a lot of different things on fire that they were not supposed to.
But it worked because think of it like this: if your main front line is an animal charging at you and they're scared of fire, that fire that you just set on your own, battlements, will then scare away all of the cavalry coming to knock down your battlements.
So intimidation is key.
Exactly, as it usually is in the animal kingdom.
That's true.
Yeah.
And the elephants would flee because they would hear the pig's squeals.
Okay, see, that's what's terrifying to me.
Like they're afraid of the sound rather than the sight.
Or even like, I imagine they probably feel pity to some degree.
Yeah, definitely.
Because elephants, they're intelligent. They can feel that kind of stuff.
I don't think they felt pity. I think they felt fear. Because think
I
of
can
it
see
like
both.
this: if you're walking down to meet an enemy army and all you hear are other people screaming in pain
Mm-hmm.
at being tortured, I don't think you'd want to eagerly go to engage that threat.
Well,
Most people would not be willing to engage a threat where the entire way there you're hearing your possible allies who have been captured being tortured to death, and all you can think of is what's going to happen to you.
you know the Soviets did a similar thing with that.
Oh yeah, multiple people did.
Yeah, they would strap bombs to dogs and send them underneath the German tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was just to demoralize them. This is especially during Stalingrad.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah.
There were a lot of stories like that.
A topic worthy of its own discussion.
Definitely.
We should not do that.
Maybe on the Odyssey. Maybe on the Odyssey portion.
We should not make that video.
Yeah.
Oh, but why not?
We can sprinkle little facts that would be in that video, but we are not allowed to make a dedicated video to that. We will get demonetized.
Even on Odyssey?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, I mean, we can, but I don't think that's the type of crowd you want to attract to yourself.
Okay, now that when you put it that way, that's fair.
Yeah. It's not that you can't do it. It's that it's better that other people figure it out on their own than condensing that for the less than savory individuals that will take that to heart.
King is killing my dreams.
After all this, what I do.
Yeah.
But anyway, what is this that I see on screen about ice ships?
That's something really fucking dumb that the British Army did in World War II. Not exactly completely ancient, but it was dumb nonetheless. So, I don't remember the year. I didn't write it down. Perfect.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. There was a British inventor who decided to create a mixture of piecrete, I believe it's called, or something like that.
Piecrete.
Yes, piecrete and wood
It depends
pulp.
on the accent, yes.
Yes. But this was because they had a shortage of aluminum and steel at the time, which were the two most common metals used to make ships. So they decided to try and use this concoction that they made to make ships instead, to save whatever semblance of that resource that they had left.
Uh-huh.
The problem is a basic component of ice.
Doesn't ice melt?
Yes. At any temperature higher than a freezer. And guess what?
What?
The environment is warmer than a goddamn freezer.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. Even in fucking
I'm just
Canada.
so silent because my mind is blown.
Yep.
I never would have known this.
Yeah. Sorry to break it to you. Sorry to crush your dreams. Wait, no. I crushed King's dreams for once.
That never happens.
No, we did it though.
All around me are
Hey! Screw you, King. Yeah. What is with us tonight?
We're getting loopies tonight.
It's been a day.
Yeah.
So, to circumvent the idea that the ice was melting, they used a refrigeration system made primarily from fucking steel!
That defeats the whole purpose.
Yes!
Do you not know how steel conducts heat?
I don't think they did, clearly.
It made it worse.
What do you mean? What, King, are you telling me that metals conduct heat?
What?
What?
You don't need to be an expert on thermodynamics to know what happens when you touch steel.
What?
Yeah,
I
you'd
am
think,
amazed.
Considering you've been murdering people for thousands of years with it, you would think you'd know how it works.
What?
Who's been murdering people for thousands of years?
The British!
British?
Yeah.
Have you never heard of the word tea?
We are not. No, I'm not going down that road. I need a sip of my coffee. I can't do this.
See? Exactly. You abandoned your milk and tea. You filthy heathen.
Who goes to where the place that we got the stuff from and gets tea?
Who drinks tea with milk?
I do.
What is wrong with you people?
What are you talking about? That's so obvious.
This is why you lost the war.
Yes. No one's denying that. You dumbass.
I'm just gonna let this shit play out.
I feel like this is what happened when they found out that it didn't work. I feel like this entire situation, but reversed it with ice and whatever the heck this is called.
See,
Ice ships.
Okay, maybe if they were the Northern Water Tribe from The Last Airbender, maybe they could have made it work.
Yeah, and if they lived in a fucking fantasy world.
Maybe they should have just learned how to bend.
Or maybe they
Dumbass.
just found a fucking ice giant.
idiots.
British.
British. Doesn't get old.
Nah. But after a year of production and countless hours of wasted fucking time during World War II, which is a huge fucking time crunch, they scrapped the project because they realized that it was batshit insane. Thanks for watching. Oh wait, no, it's not that time yet.
Oh, okay.
I gotta be honest. It amazes me that they would even think to try that. I mean, imagine London is getting bombed every day.
Yep.
For 5 years.
Let's make an ice ship.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes
Yes,
sense.
because-
Yeah.
My question is, what were they going to stop with the ice ship? You're being bombarded from the air.
Not to mention the submarines.
How does an ice ship protect you?
Guess what submarines are made out of?
Steel.
Yeah, not ice.
Yeah.
And guess what
would've thought?
submarines can do? Fire under you.
It's oh God. I
So
love
what are you going to
submarines.
do? Blockade them underwater?
Work for the Titanic.
We should do an episode on the Titanic.
Sure.
Well, yeah, I used to go to those museums all the time when I was a kid.
Cool.
Oh man.
Yeah, they were nice.
Didn't they have an exhibit where like it showed
Oh, yeah, I
like
saw
a
it.
recreation of the steps in the main?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
went there. It was nice. I also went to the ones where they were originally showing like stuff they took out of the Titanic.
Right.
Back when they were first taking stuff out of it back in... Oh, what year was that? That was probably around the same time Skyrim came out, if not a little bit earlier.
So 2011.
Oh, no. Actually, it would have been before that then.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
probably thinking of something different.
We're old.
But yes, I did.
Yeah.
We're not that old, but we are old.
Well, you know who is old? Whoa!
Oh, God, no. You're not allowed to say that name on YouTube. You'll get demonetized. We have to censor that.
I'll bleep it.
We'll bleep it
Okay.
out. So
Don't worry.
the
very bad man
the very bad German man,
who killed a lot of people and is more censored than the name Stalin.
which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You'd think that the third best mass murderer would not would have his name censored.
third best.
Well, the guy that we can't mention is 3. The guy that we can mention is 2.
Yeah.
And the last guy, we're allowed to say it, but we'll get demonetized if we say anything negative.
I already
Isn't
know
he-
where you're going with that.
Wait,
Exactly.
Isn't it an African warlord?
Oh no, he's number 2
no.
actually.
He is number 2?
They claim he's number 2 depending on which source you use.
Hmm.
There is an African warlord. I think he's an African warlord
I do too.
who they put above both Stalin and the one who we can't name.
He who shall not be named.
Yes, exactly. But not anywhere is interesting.
Alright, so I'm going to call him Lord Voldemort from now on.
I'm okay,
Okay.
with that.
Sounds good. So,
So Lord Voldemort made a 7-foot thick wall on the coastline of Germany.
Based. Great idea.
Sure.
It worked for them for a while.
Yeah.
You gotta at least give them that.
Yeah.
Then us Americans got involved.
yes, Sam.
Sorry, continue, Joker.
Alright. And the Allies, in response to Lord Voldemort's wall, was a British response.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
British.
considering how how their solutions normally go, this can only go horribly.
No, this one's even worse. Somehow, a lot of people might have fucking died in production of this one and in testing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a normal American invention. Continue.
Yes, but this one was done by the British.
Exactly why it didn't work.
Exactly. All right. So, in response to Lord Voldemort, the British decided to make what was essentially a how do I explain this? It's a barrel of rockets.
Uh-huh.
So think of like taking a keg filled with beer, drinking all the beer, and then
Naturally.
throwing your explosives in it while you're drunk, and then throwing it at a wall.
Yep.
Hmm.
That's basically what it is. And they basically had rockets propelling it that, with the theory that it would literally detonate and keep rolling and go through the 7-foot thick wall. Enough that they can march all their troops and not get bottlenecked some fucking how.
But it sounds.
I maintain my previous statement.
Yeah.
The Americans did it better.
Oh, no, I know. This was really fucking stupid.
No, Joker. You're not giving them enough credit. You know what they should have done?
What's that?
They should have driven the ice ships into the wall
Oh!
get an opening.
Yeah.
Come on.
No. What they should have done is they should have lined the top of their explosive barrels, rode it through, and then blew up the fucking ship. It would only have costed one ship and a metric fuck ton of explosives. Which it probably took a metric fuck ton of explosives to even test this.
Isn't that an actual measurement, though?
It is a measurement, and I don't know yet what the measurement is.
Save it for your own segment, King.
Perfect.
Alright, that'll be the next video I make. What is a metric fuck ton?
So,
Okay.
in the initial tests of this of this weapon, essentially, it would veer off course wildly.
Because they never played Minecraft and tried to make a TNT ball.
Yeah, exactly. One of the rockets would go off, and then it would veer off course, and then another one would go off, and it would veer off course in a completely different direction, and it would keep going until it was out of rockets.
You would think that product testing or Minecraft could have solved this issue, but no.
Yeah, they should have just gone Minecraft.
Yeah.
Idiots.
It's only like $29.99. What the fuck, guys?
Oh, wow, they play it on PC? Good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, they actually played the original one.
Imagine playing it on the Xbox 360 version.
Those were the days.
That was not as fun as the PC.
I kind of miss it, though.
Yeah.
Not the Xbox 360 version.
I have nostalgia. Screw you. God forbid I try to reminisce about the times with the boys.
But I liked the Hunger Games PC version.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I can't blame you.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun. But anyway.
So, their response to it not working during testing was to add more goddamn rockets. Because if at first you don't succeed, add more fucking explosives.
Well, at least they tried to replicate the Americans.
Hey,
They just did it poorly.
Yeah, they're just not American.
It's
guys,
okay, we'll give them the
guys,
participation ribbon.
it makes complete sense. If one of them blows up and veers off, the other rockets will then blow up and have it go back on course.
Oh,
Obviously.
yeah,
You're
that totally
forgetting
makes
about the
sense.
fact that you came up with that drunk, you fucking idiot.
I'm not drunk
Yeah, he wasn't a part of the Viking war ritual.
yet. Wait. Wait.
Wait, what war ritual?
The Viking war ritual, where they would decide whether or not to go to war after
Oh,
drinking.
that's right. But here's the difference, is that the Vikings would have been able to look at that and say, wait a minute, if it goes random ways and it has to blow up twice, what happens if it goes backwards?
They didn't account for that, and actually a filmmaker almost died from that exact situation.
Because the drunk Vikings of the 500s knew more than we did in the 1800s. Or 1900s, I guess this would be.
We live in a society.
And not a good one. If 1,500-year-old people who only lived until 30 could come up with a better plan than an engineer from the 1920s, I think we have a problem.
It's
I'm
been.
not going to say that, but...
Yeah.
We are really pissed tonight.
Yeah.
Also, I just read your note, Joker.
Thank you.
Hey.
We can't repeat it, but
No.
it's great.
The Americans are smarter. That's what we're going to tell you about what he wrote in there as a joke.
Hey, speaking of Americans,
Oh, boy, this was really fucking dumb.
wait a minute. So we went from Embor. Now we're going to talk about Zubat?
Yes!
I
What?
already hate it.
It's like a Zubat with self-destruct.
You have my attention. I have a bias for explosives.
My next topic is fucking bats.
That's literally what it says.
Yes.
He's not making this up, folks.
I wrote these notes as soon as I woke up this morning, so if it doesn't make sense, bear with me.
Based.
Hell yeah. In keeping with the running theme of explosives and the natural abilities of animals, in 1942, in another effort of World War II, Franklin Delano Roosevelt greenlit a project from I believe it was a local mailman,
A mailman.
Yes, who decided that he would strap explosives to the backs of bats and let them fly free in Japan.
There's so much wrong with this, but keep
Okay,
going.
Yep.
so the one thing I'll say is, to the mailman that came up with this, you're very lucky that the Geneva Conventions did not get put into place before you came up with this plan. Because, well, effective, I think I know where this is going, and you deserve to be in prison.
Why didn't the Geneva Convention stop the flaming pigs?
Because they can't. The flaming pigs occurred like 2,000 years.
No excuse.
Do you
No,
know what
I need justice.
Like, do you know what time is?
I can't estimate time to save my life. Do you honestly think I understand this?
So you lost 2,000 years?
You'd be surprised.
Anyway,
I'm like Zorro from One Piece, but instead of estimating distance, it's time.
Wow,
I'm not good at estimating time.
that's terrifying.
I'm amazed. It's amazing. I only missed one assignment in college.
Really?
Somehow.
Wow.
And yet I can't estimate time. Imagine that, folks. So, anyway.
How about that Batman?
Uh-huh. Okay, wait. So this,
Can't like you read over my notes.
So did you...
I love the visible frustration on King's face as he reads through my fucking notes.
Okay, stop. So this mailman...
Yes.
Was
I
this just
rescind my note on the Americans doing it better.
Yeah.
What's
This one's really stupid.
Okay,
The more I
so,
read,
yeah.
the worse it gets.
Yep. So they fucking deployed.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but...
I know.
It hurts.
During World War II, they to help destroy Lord Voldemort, they they would deploy what I like to call a Batman.
The Batman.
Yes, and the Batman would have carriers filled with bats that he would parachute into battle and release.
Why would you need to parachute a bat if it can fly?
So that
Ask
way
American
you know where they're
1942.
gonna blow up.
Or 44, I guess.
I don't know if that
That,
makes it
no,
better.
no. See, them carrying the bats in the battle is the smartest part of this plan.
That doesn't make it better, King.
Yes.
I know it's not.
And then the plan was to have the bats settle themselves into every nook and cranny they possibly could, and hopefully destroy some means of production in Japan.
They're going to destroy the means of production?
Yes.
That would include the people.
Oh,
Yes. But
boy. Mm-hmm.
bats don't follow human laws.
What? But it's Batman. He's... Oh, wait, no. Vigilante justice.
Yeah.
Just realized. Yep. Makes sense.
Like bees don't follow the human laws of aviation. Bats don't follow human laws of warfare. So they would just fly wherever the fuck they pleased. And then, basically, the explosion did little to nothing.
Because it's a bomb the size of a bat.
Yeah, exactly. There were 3 tests from what I've read. 2 of them went with entire facilities burning on fire and exploding.
Right.
Okay, so the mission accomplished.
Not in a good way. Literally, the entire testing facility burned down.
Maybe that was a sign.
Yeah, that should...
You would have thought. You really would have fucking
You
thought.
would have thought that by the second time they would have
Yeah.
realized, hey, we kind of fucked up.
The 3rd was in Utah, which was semi-successful, but by the time they were ready to actually deploy this strategy, the Manhattan Project had reached its end, and, you know, nukes are a lot better than relying on bats to have
Bat-bomb.
things explode. Exactly.
Why not have the bats deliver the nuke? Still, we have the bats. We may as well use them. What? Oh, that's a dumb idea. Okay. I'm the dumb one. But they decided to strap bombs to bats. Yeah, okay. Oh, sure. Yeah, alright.
Okay, that'll give you this. You're smarter than the American government in the 1944.
That doesn't make me feel better.
That's not at all. That's a very low bar to meet.
Yeah.
That is a very low bar to meet in 1944. The American government was not the smartest thing of 1944.
No.
But based off of these notes here, it seems like the Russians weren't doing much better either.
No.
Even further back in the past.
Yeah, in 1874, Russia decided that they would...
These notes.
Go,
Joker,
keep going.
Joker, I love your note taking.
Thank you,
Like
man.
mine's like so professional and academic, but then yours is
It's
so
like-
such the opposite, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it. It's so funny.
I'm just throwing my opinions in there.
It's better. It's better that way.
Russia fucked around and found out. They found out that not following any established laws of boating and how to build a boat doesn't work out. That creating a giant circle with guns mounted on it is just gonna have the thing spin in a circle like a goddamn top.
Wait. Are you telling me... Wait, a circular boat?
Yes.
Yes, you know, like the Da Vinci tank, like that, except without wheels.
What?
Yeah.
No,
It had to be carried into battle
that
by another ship.
What is it, like a life preserver they
Yep,
throw over
it's
the board?
exactly that. With like I'm imagining like a steel plate with like a plastic life preserver on the fucking outside.
It's like a Beyblade.
Exactly. And it'll spin
Except
exactly
worse.
fucking like one. Yeah. It had guns, but the recoil from the guns would make the ship literally spin in circles, rendering it completely ineffective and a hassle to keep in the fight.
It's so dumb.
It's so... Yeah, exactly. It's the dumbest fucking thing.
This is like the guys with the bombs that would explode twice. What happens when it fires backwards?
Wait, hold on. Bombs exploding twice? How can it explode twice? It's already dead.
I'm talking about the wall.
Okay.
How they decided to solve their problem of misfiring explosives by adding more explosives.
How do you think they were going to defeat Lord Voldemort?
This was in 1884.
That's 1874.
Whatever, same difference.
I mean, if it's Russia, it's basically the same thing. Nothing
Yeah.
changed.
Been...
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that comment. I don't care.
Oh, yeah. And in 1912, they
Wait, this thing ran for 40 fucking years?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They tried and failed a lot. It got laughed at by the opposing army. They would see it going into battle and just like seeing it.
I would literally just create an ice ship and send it towards it to knock it into the enemy and watch as I laugh.
Hey, wait a minute, Joker. Did you also do research on shields?
Yes.
I bet.
Oh,
I bet
I
the
love
shields
these
you,
things.
I bet the shield that you found is totally effective in its role.
I
Sure.
absolutely love these things.
I have really bad news for you, Knight.
No.
It was not effective.
No.
But it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it would often kill the person who actually wore it before it killed anybody else.
So like a
Or even
flail.
defended anything. What?
It sounds like this is this is to shields what the flail is to like actual weapons.
Causes more damage to the user than to anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I'll be honest. I've never actually heard of this, so I'm really curious.
oh, yeah.
It gets better.
Oh,
There
yeah.
were a few really weird shields from the Italian Renaissance, so this is definitely one of the better ones.
Oh, Italians. That makes sense.
Yeah. So this was a small lamp on a buckler shield that was often covered with a little leather flap, and at the time they had only used oil lamps.
I already know where this is going.
And
Yeah.
yeah, the primary purpose of a shield is to absorb damage, and when that
yeah.
happens, shit jostles around.
Uh-huh.
So when it would jostle around, the fuel would literally leak out of the lantern and coat the user.
I don't think you're giving them enough credit. I think they were intending to use the shield as a blunt weapon to attack the enemy and hope that the oil would light the enemy on fire. Which, again, I'm not saying you're wrong, because the end result of that is instead of sending the oil towards the enemy, the fire would travel backwards up the oil.
I don't think they had that much foresight, though. But I really can't imagine that they were thinking far enough ahead that it's like, oh, this isn't going to spread anywhere or anything like that. This is going to stay perfectly well contained in my shield.
They had to be thinking backwards, like, because a buckler, it's a smaller shield. That's really good for agile swordplay. It's like you're removing the one benefit of the buckler.
Yeah.
It's like
For those of you that don't know what a buckler is, imagine a sword half its size in the shape of a circle.
it's like like a pot lid, but with a protrusion.
So
Going
a pot
out.
lid.
It's basically a pot lid, but with more protrusion. And
No, it's literally just a pot lid.
well, no, because they're usually ones like it's like a bulge.
Yes.
Many of them come with a bulge, which helps
Yes, and
deflect
that bulge
against
would be about the same size as the size of a pot lid.
What I'm saying is, it's not flat entirely like a pot lid. It can be.
Well, yeah, but a
some of
pot
them
lid
also have
can't
the
be
bulge.
entirely flat because you have to have a lid on
Well,
the end.
relatively flat.
Would you say it's a gay bulge?
Moving on.
All right. I'll give you that one, Joker.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this makes me upset. I'm sad.
Yeah, this is dumb. Let me see if I missed anything.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Next was the Going Merry.
Why is it always the British? Why?
Because
Why?
they drink tea like fucking heathens.
Okay. We are not going down this road again, King.
Every time you ask, that's going to be my answer.
Tell you what, we'll devote an entire mini segment.
To shitting on the British?
I was gonna say about the
That's
tea
an
thing.
entire documentary, mind you.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, same.
They've been around for a long time. I have a long list of crap. Americans have been around for 300 years, and the past 20 have given me enough.
Got a lot.
It just seems like, I go over very practical weapons, but you
Yeah.
found the least practical weapons.
Yeah.
No, he didn't even tell you about the shield that was a fist.
Or the gay bomb.
The shield
Yeah,
that's a
that too.
fist? You
don't know about that?
It's not like a gauntlet.
No, it was basically a gauntlet that was supposed to be used as a shield, but what would happen is think of it like this. You wear a gauntlet, right?
Okay.
Then you attach a shield to it, but it's going to be smaller, so that way you can pull it out whenever, right? But you attach spikes to the end of it, as to use as a melee weapon.
Why not just use a guitar, or iron knuckles, or
Yes,
anything
and
else?
you're hearing the problem. And you know what else is the problem is? Imagine you're fighting a fully armored guy, right? You stab him with your spikes. How are you getting that shit out?
Well, now your arm's exposed, and then you have no arm.
Exactly. So you see where this is going.
At least with a guitar, you can slice him.
And remember we were saying about arrows?
Well, arrows are just OP. Too
Yeah,
OP.
but think about it like this. If you're at war and you're wearing a gauntlet shield and an arrow gets fired at you,
It's not gonna do
imagine
anything.
how many staples you're going to get into your arm.
I don't think they had staples back then.
Well, they did have arrows.
What
And
about
they were
Office
very
Depot?
good staples.
What about Office Depot?
Yeah, you just pull up to Office Depot in your local Nordic village. No, it would be it would be Office Depot, but there's an umlaut.
Yeah.
Depot. Okay, but we need to crap on the British more.
Perfect.
Please go on, Joker. I'm really curious.
In 1511, there was a British vessel that was essentially the beginning of the era of cannons in warfare. In naval warfare, I mean. Because bitches love cannons,
Facts.
they decided they didn't have enough cannons on this ship.
So why not just have more of a good thing?
Exactly. That's exactly what they thought. And they overloaded it with cannons, making it 200 tons heavier than it was before.
I like where this is going.
Yeah.
Upgrading the ship.
What was it?
I'm sorry, I'm reading your notes. Upgrading.
Upgrading in air quotes.
Again, your notes are so sarcastic. I love it.
Thank you. I try my best. Every time this ship would actually go into the water, it would take on water, and essentially start sinking itself.
So they can go underwater and hit them underwater.
Right.
Genius.
If it were a submarine, that'd be perfect. Yeah. In 1545, though, in a fight with the French Navy, they couldn't outspeed them because the ship was so heavily overweight. And when the wind actually finally picked up, the ship would literally tip to one side and take on water, where it sank and 90% of the crew died.
Okay, no, they didn't die, Joker. They just got into that weird, like freaking other world, like in Pirates of the Caribbean. So that way they could avoid dying by the French.
I thought you were going to go a completely different route. I thought you were going to say it got sucked up by the whirlpool and then got turned into the crew of, what's the name of it? The Dutchman?
Oh, the Flying Dutchman.
Yes.
Better than getting killed by the French.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just embarrassing.
Yeah, really.
No. The worst part is not that you got killed by the French. It's that you didn't die to the French, but they could still claim your kills.
I hate that even more. Oh, and I hate this even more.
Oh,
but it
yeah.
sounds so cool. Could this possibly go wrong?
Double cannon.
I like it on paper.
Yeah, on paper it sounds awesome, but we all know bitches love cannons. So, they wanted to find the best way to use a cannon that wasn't just a plain-ass cannon.
Uh-huh.
Because the Italians decided explosives were the answer.
Yeah! I mean, we all know explosives are the answer.
Not in this answer.
Oh. Well, I have a few phone calls to make after this.
Well, it's a little late for that, considering where this is going.
True, yeah. But this was 2 singular cannons meant to be lit at the same time and be attached by a chain to each other so that they would fire off at the same time and have 2 separate cannonballs firing to essentially slice.
Why not just have 2 cannons next to each other but separate and then just time it to fire them at the same time?
Well, that is what the double cannon is.
No, but it's...
No, what you're describing is you would put 2 cannonballs in one cannon attached to a chain and then fire them both together.
Oh, that's what
a chain shot is supposed to do.
Okay, I didn't understand. Gotcha.
No, see, what you're describing is this.
Okay.
This... Essentially, the problem was getting them both to fire off at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so fucking dumb because they decided... because it never worked, that getting the timing of both cannonballs going at the exact same time to be able to actually impale, or not impale, but slice, rather than deal blunt damage, would never work.
And I have to imagine that sometimes, when the one cannon would fire before the other one, it would knock over the cannon or knock out of place the cannon, and then it might fire into the water in front of them.
God, I hope so.
Imagine trying to throw a ball, but you accidentally let it go, pointed downwards, and it just hits the ground in front of you.
Yeah, unfortunately I didn't have an actual huge punch to end this on, like the fucking beer tsunami, but... you know.
Much like the double cannon, it ends sadly.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Cool in theory, but terrible in practice.
If you ever felt like a disappointment, remember...
You're not
These people exist.
You didn't try to make an ice ship.
Yeah.
If you ever thought that at any point in your life that you were dumb, just look back at this.
You didn't make a fucking ice ship, buddy.
I'm telling you, they should have learned how to waterbend. Idiots.
Yeah. Fucking dope.
You know, why didn't the pigs learn to firebend?
That's a good question.
Just saying,
They
nobody
should
taught
have
them.
taken it as a learning experience. They should have learned how to earthbend. I imagine them going blind because of the flames and trying to earthbend the top.
Oh no.
And then trying to put out the fire on their backs.
So, on that note...
On that awful, depressing note, let's close out the King's Cabinet.
Well, before we totally close out,
Yes.
we have to plug our social media.
Oh yeah, we
Except
have
for
that.
Odyssey.
Except for Odyssey. More on that next
right.
episode.
No,
Possibly.
more like 20 episodes.
20 Wow.
Yeah, I ran into some issues. I'll tell you about it later.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You were saying, Joker, though.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at TKCRG2021. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps us out and we really appreciate it.
And we want those sweet, sweet ad dollars.
If we get there.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I guess look down the pipe. I guess next episode, is that the monster episode?
Ooh, is it?
It might be.
Well,
Actually, we have to talk about that, actually.
If we're talking about monsters, that's going to be like a month-long thing. Because that's a long list.
Well, no, so we're planning on talking about really weird monsters.
Yes.
Again, that's a very long list.
I'm going to go into the goofy ones. I can guarantee it.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, hey, look.
We're going to be here a while.
Oh, yeah.
So,
The Hecatan... I don't even know how to say this right. The Hecatantes is the perfect example.
I'd
Imagine
say-
having 100 eyes on your body.
I would say we start next week on this, and then the week of Halloween, we add another one. We can make it a 2-part.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
Yeah, with how many different monsters there are in different cultures, I would imagine.
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Sure.
Either way, everybody, thank you for tuning into this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. We're dying inside. But we hope
Always.
you aren't.
Oh, they are.
Always. And with that, King's Court is adjourned.
Not in sync.
Not at all.